Your next comment of the evening, put your hands together for the Silver Senior John Bonnie.
What is this geezer doing up past bedtime? I got my parents' permission. I gave the will. I went to the doctor's the other day, and he told me that I have to avoid stress. And then he says that Obamacare has classified me as officially old because my blood type was discontinued. Then my son came out and told us he was gay. I mean, well, the timing was good because we needed the closet space. And then when I moved here to Durham, I didn't realize how religious the area was. You know? And I made the mistake of telling people that I was an agnostic. Well, you know, one night, a gang of neighbors burned this giant question mark. That's a hate crime. Well, maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. Then my daughter calls from college to say that she's changing her major to philosophy. Philosophy. As a way of earning a living, I put philosophy maybe 2 notches below being a shepherd. You don't see much call for that on Craigslist. And my wife wants a divorce, you know, so I must be doing something right. Don't get me wrong, I believe in marriage a lot, you know, and I learned that from bitter experience. 15 years ago, my first wife ran away with my best friend, and I still miss him. But no matter how much you want to think of yourself as not growing old, the computer won't make you forget. Won't let you remember that. I mean, every morning you wake up, and there's like a geezer thing, thought for the day. Like one is like, many are called, but not by their children. And another one, the other night I got one that says, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where you are? Then they send me these geezer anagrams, like LOL, you know, for texting. And one is like TWF, texting while falling. Another is ABFF, you know, at best friend's funeral. And then there was one as LMHF, then TPO, laughed so hard, my teeth popped out. When you get stuff like that, you know? But I gotta say, they do send some good geezer stuff, like I had some geezer porn. The first one they sent was like Debbie does dialysis, which was followed by deep thrombosis. Then they send you things that geezers might be interested in, like geezer depends. Yeah, I mean, they come in all different aromas and perfumes, and they're poop activated. That's so you can have a big accident in a crowded party, and you'll smell like lilac. And nobody will know what you did, except the guy across the room who smells like citrus. Try the lavender ones, they're great. There are a lot of things that have changed in my life, in my long life. One of the things is sex. You know, change is stressful. You know, sex, it's everywhere. And when I was growing up, I mean, sex was like the cops. Never around when you needed it. Today, it dominates the culture. Like, take gender identity, for instance. So you have your transgenders, your transvestites, transsexual, metrosexuals, homosexuals, bisexuals, trisexuals. Now there's this new category called the quadrisexual, and that's somebody who'll do anything to anybody for a quarter. They even have an online sexual community. You know, sit on myfacebook.com. Then they also send me like a geezer like sex without partners. I already knew about that. Old people have sex. You know that. It's called OPS, old people sex. It's exactly the same as young people sex, except you don't want to look at it. There's a lot of wheezing and coughing, huffing and puffing, and that's just taking off their clothes. Then you have like walkers banging into wheelchairs, and canes getting all tangled up, you know, in IV drips. But it can be done. It can be done. You have to have access to an oxygen tank and a lot of lubricant. I highly recommend the cherry-flavored WD-40. Much better than the stuff you get at Jiffy Lube. And some guys like to go to the kitchen. You don't get canola oil or olive oil, something like that. You know, but guys, stay away from the Crisco. It's a shortening. Hospital's last time resuscitated. I won a defibrillator, a CAT scan, and a lifetime supply of Cialis. Came last week. 6 pills. Someone buying a Silver Senior. Thank you.